Hey screen printers, it's Ryan from Ryonet, and in this screen printing video, Josh and I are going to show you 3 options for manual press registration and which ones we like best. Josh, what are our options?
First, we have your standard screen clamp, which has no registration. You typically see this on older or entry-level screen printing presses. Next, we have your standard micro registration, which allows you to move the screen left, right, up and down on an XY axis by moving your micro knobs while the micro is unlocked. Finally, we have the joystick registration, which is proprietary to the Riley Hopkins presses and allows the printer to move 360 degrees of motion.
I'm going to start off with no registration like we have standard on our Riley Jr. 4x1 press. If you don't have registration on your press, the placement of your film on screen is very important. The screen clamp only gives you about a ½ inch movement forward and backwards, but you have a lot of movement side to side. So using a registration template or a T-square when you burn your films really helps with this. To register the design, you basically align the screen into the back clamp without clamping it in. Then you position the screen over the registration marks and line it up using your hands. You have no motion control or exact movement. I find it helpful to hold the screen with both hands and slightly tap it into place. Once you're in place, you hold the screen down and clamp it in. Depending on how your off contact is set, you may need to readjust the clamp and position the screen slightly differently. Now, as you can see, not having a registration system really limits you. It's okay for 1 and 2 color jobs, but if you want to do more than that, you may want to look at a micro registration system.
Let's take a look at XY micro registration. XY allows the screen printer to release the 2 quick release knobs that hold down the cinch plate, and then move their registration by adjusting 1 of 3 adjustable knobs. The knob on the side sends the screen left or right, while the 2 knobs on the back adjust the screen up and down. When either of these back adjustment knobs is moved individually, it will send the one side of the screen up or down, and will also pivot the top of the screen in the opposite direction. XY is the style of micro registration that I've used the most over my career, and while I like the joystick, I prefer XY. If you're already using XY micro registration, stick with it. You'll only get more accurate over time. If you're a screen printer seeking to do high detail, multicolored designs, the accuracy of XY cannot be beat.
Now let's check out the joystick. As Josh mentioned, Riley Hopkins is the only press that uses joystick registration. This is actually the press I learned on, since I learned on it using micros. It's the press I'm most comfortable with. The reason I like the joystick is because it gives me 360-degree range of motion. I simply get the screen close to registration, lock it into the back clamp, and then I use my right hand to dial it in and my left hand to stabilize the front. I can move the screen whichever way I want to dial it in. Once it's dialed in, I hold it down in the center to lock it in the back. In my experience, this technique has been very easy. If you've never screen printed before and you like using your hands to dial things in, the joystick could be right for you, especially if you're doing more simplistic designs that you design yourself. On the other hand, Riley Hopkins presses can be changed back and forth, and we do have the Maximo, which uses both joystick and micro registration. Check out the options on screenprinting.com.
Thanks for watching, screen printers. We hope you found this video insightful. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome videos.